Hi everybody. So this quick tutorial is going to be about using Google Slides. So we're going to just start a brand new one here. Google Slides is a lot more than just PowerPoint. Now this is no offense to PowerPoint because that was a great program, still is a great program. But the huge advantage to Google Slides is that it's collaborative. And being part of the overall Google Apps, it allows you to work with the other apps as well. So instead of just doing presentations, students can do lots of different things. A lot of it being collaborative. Now, a couple of little tips and tricks here. Number one, if you want to pick a theme, that's great. Um, what I would suggest though is picking a theme and just kind of sticking with it because a lot of times the kids get hung up on how fancy something looks. So if you just want to pick one simple thing, done, clicked it, you're good. Um, and I would recommend for most of this stuff, starting with a basic template for the kids if they're doing some sort of a jigsaw. If they're going to come up with a presentation on their own, by all means, they should be able to do that. Um, be able to pick what they want it to look like. But if you're doing a jigsaw activity where you're having them record information, um, then you really want to make sure that you can take some of the distraction out of it. So what we have here, your basic slide. We're just testing this stuff out, so we can say, hey, test. Okay, that's our title of our slide there. If we come up here and click on the untitled presentation, it defaults to whatever we put here. So if you don't want to type it twice, you just click on that. When you start adding slides, what you can do is if you just hit add, this is going to add another one, or you can go in and choose your format. So what format do you really want the students to be filling something in about? They have these one column text thing here where there's a bunch of space. So if you had them adding a graphic or something like that, there's two columns if they're comparing and contrasting something, blank ones, caption if they're putting something, they just need a short blurb about it. If they're going to do mostly text, you title and body. So just for the sake of fun, we're going to do this. I'm going to call this picture. So what we can do is we can go and the kids can insert kind of anything they want. Now, obviously, they can insert text. That's the most basic thing. They can just type and give information there. Um, what they can also do is they can put in other types of graphics. So if they say, want to insert an image, if they have one of their own images, they can do something like that. So, if they wanted to, if they have a Chromebook, they can take a snapshot, which is typically using their webcam. So we can do that. Hi, everybody. I'm looking at my other screen here. They can find an image URL, which is kind of more difficult. I wouldn't suggest that option because you can go over here to search. You can search anything that you want to put in there. So everybody loves monkeys. So let's find a good picture of a monkey. And these are good ones, right? Let's see. This guy's smiling nice for us. So, you can insert a picture like that, move it around wherever you want to be. Okay. You can also insert other things, especially if this is from some sort of a report. If you're having them report out information, they can insert charts. So they can generate them right in here, or if they've already done the work in Google Sheets, you can copy and paste them, or you can just go through and find your sheets and select what you want to do. So this is something I worked on before. And what is really cool about this is this image is still linked to my spreadsheet that I pulled it from, which means if I change any of the data in the spreadsheet, it will automatically change the graph. So that's pretty cool. Another thing is if you're generating a template, what you can do to make it really quick and easy for yourself is if you right click on this and just say duplicate slide, if you have a basic format, it gives you an exact duplicate of that slide. Now, typically you don't want to do that with content and then you have to go back and erase it. But if you had a basic template that you wanted to do 10 times or something for, a couple of partners to add information to, you could do something like that. The real key is being able to share all this information. So hopefully everyone knows about the sharing settings. You can go here. You can pick groups of people. You can do that. You can get your shareable link, which means anybody that has it. You can change however you want to do it, view. View's not really going to do much besides having them look at it. Probably edits what you're going to look for more. But that's essentially how you would go about setting this stuff up. Now, if they're using it for a presentation, um, there's a lot of different things you can do here in terms of transitions and everything like that. And this gets a little bit more at the basic um, functionality, more like PowerPoint used to be. But there's a ton of different things and different tools you can use when you set everything up here. Um, if if you are going to do presentations, one of the neat things here, and the students can do this as well, to have an interactive presentation. If you go to presenter view, you'll notice I have this little guy right here that's starting up. Um, we can actually see, so if I had speaker notes down there, I can see my speaker notes. Um, you can also get feedback. So you'll notice right here that this pops up. It talks about asking a question. Um, you can have people type that in and then ask questions to the presenter, and the presenter gets those questions in real time. So if you're talking about kind of an interactive presentation with the students, they can do that. So instead of raising their hand as they have a question and interrupting the speaker, you can get those questions kind of in real time. The speaker can look in that and say, "Oh yeah, that's a good point," and explain what's going on. So that's another just kind of neat little trick that these things can do. Now, this is by no means is the extensive, version of all this. This is just a quick introduction, but kind of describing some of the power that Google Slides can have in terms of um, putting the onus and putting the empowerment on the students for their own work.